Ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader here on YouTube. Today we're going to be going over CKB Voyager Token, ETH, and Bitcoin. Let's get this party started. So welcome back to the channel, everyone. Like I said, we'll be going over those tokens, and then I'll be taking a stroll through comments section to answer some questions or see what people are saying. In the last video with CKB, I was telling everyone how we might see this thing start to reach for about 0.02 cents. And it was on the way there. And we can definitely see the Elliott wave theory that had kind of formed, but Bitcoin must have acted up or something happened, a whale dumped, blah, 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 and we saw the price action retract. Now, I also mentioned that if that happens, we will see a head and shoulders pattern likely form. And if we get rid of this little squiggly and this little squiggly here, we can definitely see the head and shoulders pattern that formed. And we have a clear neckline right through here. So that did happen. We do have some Elliott wave theory moving to the downside as well, so bear with me. And what's next for CKB at this point in time? Well, this is kind of an interesting position to be in. We need to go and examine this on a one-day chart. And while we can see the buying has slowed down, that is largely in part due to this collision with the 200 moving average. I would love to see CKB start ripping to the upside, and I think this is probably going to happen. We might see CKB bounce between 0.015 and 0.0169, 0.017, kind of somewhere in there, until we start squeezing sideways to a point where CKB will be forced to go up or down. We can clearly see the Elliott wave theory that naturally occurred on our rise to the 200 moving average. So that is good to see. Healthy patterns, folks. Expect a little retracement maybe. If you see CKB trading under 0.015-ish, if it wicks down for a few hours or something, don't be too concerned. But if it dumps harder than that, into the 0.014s, I do think there might be some cause for concern, at least over the next couple days, because that will mean we are likely wicking into the cloud. And it's never good to poke the cloud. Off to Voyager Token quick. And I did promise somebody that we will do Ethereum next. So let's look at Voyager Token. And this has been a frustrating coin in the last week, to say the least. And I'm just shooting straight. I love Voyager Token. I love the app. I love the company. There's really not a whole lot I dislike about it other than the fact that we can't move our coins off the platform. But I suspect they will allow that at some point. And you can move some coins, not all the coins, like CKB, for example. The other thing is the ticker went through a swap from BQX to VGX. And TradingView, of course, it's a different ticker, but it would have been nice to see like the last year of data to really see what we are looking at, because right now I hate trading on like a 15-minute chart unless I'm day trading. In addition, it's very misleading to see what's going on from a fresh set of eyes that doesn't know the past history of Voyager Token. So I hope that all makes sense. We can definitely see that this has been kind of a little stronghold for Voyager Token, right around this $3.85 level. I did mention that it wouldn't be surprising to see Voyager Token creep back down to this $3.41 area to double tap the bottom, just to make sure things are steady for launch. But there really isn't a whole lot that I can go ahead and tell you about right now. So let's run some basic tests to see if we can figure anything out. First and foremost, I'm going to run a little bit of a retracement schedule here. And we can definitely see where This thing has retraced. It has violated the 61.8 level. So I'm going to move this a hair. There we go. So we have violated the 61.8 level, and like I mentioned before, I do think we're going to come back down closer to this $3.41 level. The 88.6 is indicating $3.53 if we can't hop back on top of the 61.8, which is a very powerful Fibonacci retracement level. So if you see Voyager Token creep down to the $3.53 level, don't be too alarmed. Be alarmed if it starts going lower than $3.41, in my opinion. But we might see it come down, tap on this $3.50 level, and maybe wick this $3.41 price tag. I'm hoping to see Voyager Token kind of creep back up into this 50% channel, because it would be pretty bad to see it falter from here. Let's go ahead and maybe run a little channel on this. This is going to be kind of a BS little channel that we run. But we can definitely see that if we go lower than this 3.70 price tag, within the next few days, there's definitely a good chance we are moving towards this $3.53 level. Otherwise, we could totally expect some upward movement here. If we squeeze into this Fibonacci sliver, it will force Voyager Token to start going either up or down from there. It might be a day or two before we know concretely which way this is going to go. And let's just throw a little time sequence. I'm curious to see if we can get anything to form kind of right in this area. And once you know it, we've got a time sequence appearing on August 24th at, what is that? 9:15 p.m. So let's go ahead, and I just want to kind of go through here and just check this. You know what? I'm not too impressed with that time sequence. I would just go out and say August 24th, 7:45 a.m. Maybe look for some price action volatility around that time for Voyager Token. Off to Ethereum. It's been a long time since I've messed with Ethereum, and we're going to go straight to the 1 hour chart with this. What I'm seeing right now is we have kind of a top here. I'm going to get rid of this, but we kind of have the possibility of an ascending triangle or something of that nature. Let's go ahead and look at this on a daily chart just so I can get a better idea of what really is going on. So I'm going to go ahead and run a Fibonacci channel on this and just see if we can get an idea of where this thing is going. So Ethereum, folks, we are kind of trading within this 0.236, 0.382 level. And it would be interesting to see if we can break above this level and come up and touch this 50% line. This is huge that Ethereum is kind of rallying, especially at this point in time. We can see how Ethereum basically went from $87 to $40, whatever, $300 or whatever the top was in about a year. And that takes a lot of buying power to do. And when we did top out, we can see that this thing clearly obeyed this channel. So that gives me hope that this will retest this $4,200, $4,300 level. Hopefully, we will see that happen. But I'm going to throw a curveball in there. And let's just say for a second that we see this rally continue. And let's just say that we see ETH kind of come up, retest. It'll be interesting to see if we fill out an ascending triangle to go even higher. I know people have been throwing around the $10,000 Ethereum, and I'm totally all for that. And I think Ethereum really does have the potential to reach that point in time. But I don't know if it's really going to happen this bull run for us to hit maybe a $10,000 Ethereum at this point in the game. Let me just see where we would have to land. So it could happen. I mean, we're looking, maybe. Let me just see here. Bear with me 1 second, folks. If we see this thing launch straight up, I would say either by end of October, beginning of December would be a likely time for that to retest. But the way this parabolic climb has gone, I don't know if it can really sustain it. And I do suspect that once we fall out of this channel here, we will see a very generous retracement happen. The death cross was put in its tracks here. So there was a lot of people buying to ensure that this thing did not fall out of this triangle on the daily and below this 200 for very long. That's interesting, folks. Now let's take a look at Bitcoin. You can see I was working up ADA. In case you guys didn't know, ADA has been on a rocket. Man, I wish I would have kept all my ADA. I've got a little bit, but I had a lot more back in the day. It is what it is, right? We take our profits. But off to Bitcoin. I don't want to get too hung up here. Let's see here. Where is Bitcoin? My goodness. Bitcoin, Bitcoin, Bitcoin. We can see Bitcoin, and this is probably the most important TA I do today. And this is primarily for the fact that, what do we got going here? What am I always blabbing about? The potential for Elliott wave theory kind of exists right now within this ending diagonal. So if we fall out of this ending diagonal, which has been forming since July 21st for a whole month, I do think that Bitcoin's going to come back down and retest this $40,000 level. And I do think we may be seeing an exit here soon out of this ending diagonal. And I'm saying that because I'm not trying to be scary. When you're trading hike and ashy candles, folks, one thing that's nice is we can see that even though price is moving up, we can see that there's heavy selling. That's why these candles are red going upwards. And that's very concerning to me. It's showing me that potentially people are viewing this as a possible top. It makes sense because we are right on this 200 moving average. They're probably thinking, how lucky can I get? Well, it could go higher, it could go lower. Let's just see if we can unveil a Fibonacci time sequence to really get an idea of when we might see a potential ending diagonal exit. So with that said, I need to go back in time here, and I need to really confirm these price points here. So bear with me 1 second. I'm doing this all live. I always do it live. So I really need to try and uncover a double confirmation somewhere in this triangle. But, I mean, what I'm seeing right there is pretty accurate. Bear with me, folks. I would say that's probably pretty good. So we may see Bitcoin, in fact, rally a little more. It may just drop out here, but it looks like September 4th. We'll just kind of write that on our calendars right now for Bitcoin. It definitely wouldn't surprise me to see Bitcoin come down and at least hit this 200 moving average again, somewhere around this $45,000, $46,000 level. Let's look at this on a quick 4-hour chart. And we could kind of see that if Bitcoin does come down, we might see this 50 moving average collide with the edge of this ending diagonal. Somewhere in this $46,000, $47,000 range would be my guess. If you see Bitcoin at this point in the game trading any lower than $46,750 for an extended amount of time, let's just make it $46,000. There's a good chance the bottom could be falling out, and we could be moving out of this ending diagonal, which is a very bearish pattern. And that's all I've got for you guys, folks. The market is literally clinging on by fingernails, and I've really been trying to warn everybody since about at least August 4th. Off to the comments section. Urban Hicks says, Ergo, he wants me to look at that one, or she wants me to look at that one. I've tried to look at this one. TradingView doesn't support it. Where is the breakout? Up or down for VGX? I'd have to pull that chart back up. Thinking about selling a small amount of BTC and putting it into CKB, Telecoin, XRP, or XDC. I mean, personally, if you're going to do that, I'm not recommending it. I would definitely opt for CKB. But understand that where the market is at right now, we may not be going higher for very much longer. Not sure what coin that this is referring to, so I really can't comment. The best intro I've ever seen so far. So that guy I had in yesterday's video, I hired him and paid him handsomely. But I thought it was kind of a fun little video. Other people, looks like they like it. Alex, thanks, mate. Got you on Telegram. I am on Telegram from time to time, not daily. Sometimes I hop on there late at night. Thank you for the kind words, Jordan. I do appreciate it. I'll try to remember to hit H bar on the next video. Bitcoin, okay. So here we go, Brooklyn. I did your ETH TA today. And yeah, Crypto Airborne in the house. Big shout out to Crypto Airborne. Let's look him up. We're seeing tremendous growth with this channel. He just started. He's killing it. So if you guys are looking for news as far as crypto news and for somebody to tell you straightforward about what they're seeing, yeah, you should definitely give him a subscribe. One of my good friends. I mean, thank you guys all for the kind words. I can't read every single thing. You nailed that CKB jump right down to the hour. Yeah, so I mean, I try to do my best, guys, and this video is running long. So with that said, thank you all for watching the videos. You guys are killing that like button. Go subscribe to Crypto Airborne, and thank you to all my Patreons and to everyone who has made it this far in this damn near 20-minute long video. Hope you guys have a great night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.